Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking what is essentially a massive financial detective story. We're looking at one of the most polarizing, rapidly expanding, and fiercely debated events in modern economic history. Yep, I'm talking about the multi-trillion-dollar artificial intelligence boom. We're going to look at the raw data, and we're going to follow the money to see if we're currently witnessing the absolute greatest technological bet humanity has ever placed, or if we're watching the most expensive bubble in history inflate right before our very eyes. So grab your notebooks, because the stakes here, they affect everything from global markets to the actual device you're watching this on.
Okay, let's dive into this, because our very first clue in this whole mystery actually starts right in your wallet. Back in the middle of 2026, Apple did something it historically never ever does. Out of nowhere, with literally no new product launches, they suddenly raised prices across the board. The MacBook Air went up 18%, the iPad Pro by 20%, and the Apple TV, that was hit with a staggering 54% price increase. When they were pressed on why these sudden hikes were happening, Apple released this really remarkable statement. They said, "We have never seen a competent price increase this much this quickly." What they were talking about wasn't a sudden shortage of, plastic or glass. It was a brutal global war being fought over tiny memory chips. The AI boom had just completely consumed the supply of these essential components, and it drove up costs so aggressively that even the richest tech company on Earth could no longer absorb the blow.
Part 1. The price of AI, infrastructure costs. To really understand why a memory chip shortage is causing such massive ripples, we have to zoom out and look at the sheer scale of the physical infrastructure required to make AI actually work. We often think of artificial intelligence as this invisible magic living inside our phones, right? But the thinking doesn't happen on your phone at all. Your device is really just a screen with Wi-Fi. The actual processing happens in these massive, windowless industrial warehouses. Just one single building can hold up to 100,000 GPUs. That means the chips alone inside cost $3 to $4 billion. Add in the high-speed cables, the concrete, the immense power, and the massive cooling systems you need just to keep the whole thing from melting down, and a single large AI data center costs between $10 and $25 billion to build.
What's really interesting about this is the sheer velocity of the spending. Back in 2020, before ChatGPT was a household name, the four biggest US tech companies, Amazon, Meta, Google, and Microsoft, spent a combined $90 billion on capital expenditure. Fast forward to 2026, and that number has absolutely exploded to $725 billion. In just 6 years, capital expenditure has grown 8 times over. It's frankly absurd. This is a historic arms race playing out in steel and silicon, with spending so astronomical it would make a small country blush.
But you might be wondering, why spend all this money? Well, the tech giants point to a pretty terrifying projection. By 2026, the world is projected to generate 221 zettabytes of data. To put that completely massive number into perspective, the world is now producing more data in a single month than it did in all of human history up until the year 2010. This absolute explosion of data is exactly what tech companies believe justifies building hundreds of billions of dollars worth of new infrastructure.
But here's the catch. They aren't just dipping into their savings to build these centers. They are going all in. According to a PIMCO report, big tech will consume an astonishing 94% of their operating cash flows on AI infrastructure over the next 2 years. Think about that. That means for every $100 these massive companies earn, they are plowing $94 right back into AI. That leaves only $6 for literally everything else: dividends, salaries, and, non-AI innovation. They're betting nearly every dollar they make on a single assumption that the future demand for AI compute will be so huge that today's astronomical spending will actually look like a bargain.
Part 2. The missing AI revenue, the deficit. An investment is really only as good as the return it generates, which brings us to the core of our mystery. Is this monumental upfront investment actually generating sustainable profits? Imagine you're a business owner. You go out and spend $10 million to build this beautiful, state-of-the-art coffee machine factory. But at the end of the year, you only sell $400,000 worth of coffee machines. Obviously, that's a terrible return on investment. You would never ever build a second factory under those conditions. Yet, when we apply this exact same basic logic to the AI industry, the numbers start to look incredibly alarming. JP Morgan recently sat down to do the math on this, creating what's become known as the $600 billion question.
They calculated that for AI giants to justify the $725 billion they're spending, assuming just a bare minimum 10% return that any serious investor would demand, the AI industry needs to bring in about $650 billion a year. But when you add up the revenues of OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini, and all the rest, they're only bringing in about $75 billion collectively. And honestly, many are still losing billions in the process. For every single dollar the AI industry earns, tech giants are spending roughly 9 to 10 times more. Now, the standard defense for this massive deficit has always been, well, enterprise clients will eventually foot the bill. But the reality is far different. McKinsey found that 73% of enterprise AI deployments are outright failing to achieve projected ROI. MIT reports a 95% failure rate in achieving measurable financial returns. We even saw Uber publicly admit they blew through their entire annual AI budget in just 4 months. Oops. So instead of blindly paying whatever tech giants ask, enterprise clients are now actively pushing back. They're demanding cheaper options.
Take this story about a guy named Flo, who runs an AI startup in San Francisco called Lindy. With just 25 employees, his team realized they were spending more on Anthropic's cloud API than they were on their entire company payroll. That's insane, right? So they did what any rational business would do. They switched 100% of their traffic to a cheaper alternative, DeepSeek, and dropped their costs by 90% instantly. It's a prime example that this whole assumption that companies are just going to pay limitless premiums for AI tokens forever, well, it might be fundamentally flawed.
Part 3. The Capital Cycle Crash. Economic Framework. Okay, let's move to see how this builds into a really fascinating economic concept that explains almost every industrial bubble in human history. It's called the capital cycle. It happens in 4 clear phases. First, an exciting new technology promises high returns, and that attracts a huge rush of capital. Second, that capital just keeps flowing blindly until massive overcapacity is built. Third, because supply vastly outstrips actual demand, revenues can't cover the investments, and you get a dramatic collapse. And finally, step 4, almost everyone goes bankrupt, except a few savvy survivors who buy up all that leftover infrastructure for pennies on the dollar, and they eventually make an absolute fortune when demand finally catches up years later. To see this cycle in action, we just have to look back at the telecom bubble of the late 90s and early 2000s. The internet was this huge, life-changing technology, and everyone knew data traffic was going to explode. So, after the 1996 Telecommunications Act, companies poured over $500 billion into laying fiber optic cables. But they overestimated how fast demand would grow. By the early 2000s, as little as 2.7% of that installed fiber was actually being used. 95% of it just sat dark, buried underground. Prices collapsed, giants went completely bankrupt, and $2 trillion in market value was just wiped out. But here is the crucial twist that perfectly mirrors our current AI situation. The technology wasn't fake. The internet was very real. And those millions of miles of wasted dark fiber optic cable, they stayed in the ground. When companies like YouTube, Netflix, and Amazon Web Services eventually came along, those survivors bought up the wreckage dirt cheap. That abandoned cable literally became the physical backbone of the modern internet. The technology survived and changed the world, even though the overzealous companies that built the infrastructure did not. Part 4. Will the bubble burst? Analyzing the future.
This brings us to our final analysis. Are we living in the middle of a telecom-style bubble destined to pop, or is this time actually different? So the crucial point is that we can't definitively call this a bubble just yet, because there are massive differences between today and 1999. Back then, telecom companies were wildly unprofitable and funding everything with dangerous levels of debt. Today, Nvidia earned $120 billion in net income last year alone. Microsoft, Google, and Amazon are literally some of the most profitable enterprises in the history of human commerce. They actually have the cash to survive a prolonged build-out. Furthermore, at the peak of the dot-com bubble, the Nasdaq's forward price-to-earnings ratio was a staggering 60x. Today, it sits around 26x. That means stocks are less than half as expensive relative to their profits as they were in 1999. Sure, it's higher than normal for sure, but it is nowhere near the pure insanity of 1999.
Which kind of leaves us looking at 2 very distinct paths forward. On path 1, the bubble pops. The gap between the $725 billion spent and the $75 billion earned just becomes completely unsustainable. The tech market crashes, the big spenders slam on the brakes, and the downstream effects are brutal, hitting the global IT and service sectors hard and evaporating coding jobs overnight.
On path 2, the bubble doesn't pop, but to justify their trillion-dollar valuations, these companies aggressively raise prices. The cost of AI tokens skyrockets to achieve profitability, and the cheap AI tools you use today become expensive luxury items that only giant corporations can actually afford to run.
The technology is very real, and the revenue being generated is real. But the ultimate question remains whether the staggering price tag to build it all actually makes economic sense. We've looked at the massive data centers, the soaring chip costs, and that glaring revenue deficit. So I'll leave you with this to ponder as you watch the markets in the coming months. Are these tech giants placing the greatest, most prescient bet in human history? Or are they inflating the most expensive bubble the world has ever seen? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep asking those hard questions, and I'll see you next time.